With these ones, make sure you read it really carefully. This one is giving us the entropy of fusion. If you go to the previous problem, what it gave was the enthalpy and then again of vaporization. So we're changing temperatures and we aren't being given enthalpy, we're given entropy. So again, just watch your terminology. That's the only place that these can get tricky, I think. So what it's saying is that this term is the 21.97. And then note that if I'm going to rearrange this to solve for delta H before I even put that in, I'm going to multiply both sides by T. And you can see those ones go away. I'm going to erase those. And so now when I put my T in, again, this is fusion. That's when water is freezing. So that number plus 273.15 is just 273.15 kilojoules times, and then this is 21.9 joules, and I lost my unit. There it is, sorry. Joules per mole Kelvin equals my delta H. Notice that my kelvins are canceled. This is joules, so actually I'm going to go one step further just to have it all in there. And I will say that in 1,000 joules, there's 1 kilojoule. And that's going to be delta H. So I'll put this up here. And I'll say 273.15 times 21.9 divided by 1,000 is delta H. So 5.98, and this is kilojoules per mole equals delta H. Now that's not the final part of the question. It wants to know how much energy is absorbed if we have that many grams of water used. So this is a two-stepper. So then we'll take our 3.0 grams of water. We need to convert it into moles. So 18.02 grams of water in 1 mole. And then we've got this basically conversion factor. In 1 mole, there are 5.98 kilojoules that have to be absorbed. And so the total number that will be absorbed is 3 times 5.98 divided by 18.02. That's going to tell us that it needs to be 0.996, but this just has 2 sig figs, so that actually, if it's 995, I'll show you how that's done if you've forgotten, and we want to have 2 sig figs, that just means that I'm going to have to round this up to being 1.00 whatever, so it's just going to have, it's going to be counted as 1.0. And when I put my number in, if you want to know the actual unit, it's going to be 1.0 kilojoules. But this is not to put it in with your units and to do 2 sig figs. So you would just put in 1.0.